Hello and welcome back to Around the Block. Hope you're all doing well today and looking forward to another episode. First and foremost though, apologies for no video yesterday. It was about 5:30 in the afternoon. I thought I'm going to have a quick half-hour nap before I start recording and editing. But that half-hour nap turned into, I think it was about 5 or 6 hours in the end. Woke up at just gone past 11 o'clock. Obviously didn't listen to my alarm or turn my alarm off when it went off because I was so tired or something. So no video came out yesterday because I wrecked my sleeping pattern. So didn't sleep all night after that either, which is rather annoying. But we're back today, which is really exciting. Recording this before the Formula 1 race today, and I'm buzzing for the Formula 1 to be back. I'm so excited for it. So if you guys have watched it as well, leave comments down below talking about the race or getting yourself in the Discord, talk about the race for Discord. There's a whole F1 sort of section on there that I've really enjoying at the moment, so get yourself on there if you're an F1 fan. Today though, we have 2 games coming up for you, and they're both pretty important games if we want to try and be in the top 6, top 4 this season against Schalke and Cologne. We are currently 3rd as it stands right now. Cologne in 6th, Schalke in 7th. So we both games we need to win essentially if we want to be there or thereabouts come the end of the season for some Champions League football. Since you were last here for the 4-0 win over Bayer Leverkusen on the opening day of the season, results have been a little mixed, I've got to say. We started off really well. Another 1-0 win over Hamburg straight after that Bayer Leverkusen game with Thaddeus Igalo scoring in that one, before a 2-1 victory over Borussia Mönchengladbach with Jezovic and Karim Adeyemi on the score sheet. We suffered a defeat at Wolfsburg away. They scored in the 92nd minute. Despite us being far and away the better side in terms of possession, shots, all that kind of stuff, we just couldn't score a goal, which was annoying. We then had a draw against Fortuna Düsseldorf in a very similar circumstance, had all the opportunities, just couldn't quite get it in the back of the net enough times there. So a 1-1 draw with Düsseldorf. And then against Hertha Berlin, well, we didn't really turn up in that game. The stats actually make it look relatively even, but it wasn't even. Hertha Berlin had really good opportunities there and deserved the victory, I must say, as Haris Buncevic had to go off injured in the first half as well. But we did come back last time with a 2-0 victory against Stuttgart, although they were bottom of the table. Had we lost that game, that would have been the crisis, really. So Alexander Murawski with the penalty, Armin Dorbel with the other goal just before half-time as well. And as previously mentioned, it puts us 3rd in the Bundesliga table. Bayern Munich, Dortmund are leading the way, as you can see. But as we sit 3rd, level on points with Leverkusen and Frankfurt after 7 games, we do need to get some wins today against Cologne and Schalke to sort of cement ourselves as top 4 candidates. There have been a couple more players leaving the club, no more ins, but 1 or 2 players leaving the club. Unfortunately, this chap, Lim Hyung-jun, he left the club. He has got 5-star potential, was very, very decent for us. Had a minimum fee release clause of £4.9 million. And once he heard that Tottenham were interested, he didn't want to sign a new deal to get rid of that £4.9 million minimum fee release clause. So unfortunately, we've lost him, who is a bit of a talent for the future, but you know, we can get over that, I'm pretty sure, at some point. We also sold 2 players to Mainz for 3.7. This Dennis Ziedel guy, a bit of a youngster, wasn't ever going to be used, so, you know, why not cash in on now, get a few £1 million and something like that. And then also, Glenn Larsen was a striker, and the more I look at his attributes, I'm thinking, am I regretting that? But he was the 5th, 6th choice striker in the club, and I'm thinking, well, he's not going to get game time. But then you look at these attributes, and I'm thinking, if we let him go for 7.5 million, that's a bit of a steal there, because some of his attributes are actually really good. But I don't know. I think we've got better strikers in the club, but actually looking at his attributes after we've sold him, I do feel a little twinge of regret there. So the transfer window has slammed shut. We've sold £42.5 million worth of players, brought in £146 million worth of players. If we need more signings in January, we've got £43 million to spend then, which would be quite decent. Andre Schittigel also got his Continental B licence in between episodes too, so I'm not quite sure where he's improved, but he has improved a little bit somewhere. Maybe not quite getting quite as good as I thought he was going to be. Like, I thought we'd be seeing more motivating of 16s all over the shop, but it's not quite turning into that. But you never know. He's on his Continental A licence now. Once he gets that might all jump up, and then he has his Continental Pro licence to go as well. So Shitty Jelly's getting there. We just need him to be a little bit better maybe. But even if he's terrible, we'd still have him as our assistant manager, because it's Shitty Gel. This then is the lineup for the first game of today's episode. Andre Luis in goal, already showing his worth by keeping out some really good shots. He's been really, really good in goal for us. In fact, one game, and you'll know this is like insane, because obviously this never happens to goalkeepers. Look at his form. He got an 8.1 rating against Hamburg. Like, when do you ever see a goalkeeper get above a 7 rating, let alone an 8.1? Fantastic in that game, Andre Luis. He's been a really good signing for us so far. A left-back starting today is Sprita because, of course, if we can find him down here, Haris Buncevic currently injured. But Diogo, Omorigic and Ferraros make up the back line. Dorbel and Morovsky start in that midfield duo with Danny Olmo just ahead of them. Jezovic starts on the left-hand side. Zoltan Horvath on the right-hand side because Karim Adeyemi has just come back from injury. Apparently 75 minutes is what he should be doing in a game, so we might bring him on in the second half. And today I'm taking the controversial decision to start Rogala up front. We saw Thaddeus Ighalo score 3 goals in the first 2 games of the season. Since then, he's drawn a few blanks, so I think it's time to start someone else up front instead, and Rogala is going to get the call up today. Can these two swap over? Is Rogala more of a winger? Can he be on the wing a little better? Is that better? No, it's Horvath better on the wing. Rogala stays up front, Horvath on the wing. Let's go for it. So as kickoff is upon us here today, we have prepared some other formations now. Obviously, we went into last episode having only prepared this formation and realised that was actually a bit of a mistake. So we have prepared some other formations. There's a 4-3-3, but it's route 1. It's route 1 4-3-3, and I'm just not quite sure that's maybe the right combination of formations and philosophies there. A 4-3-3 route 1. I mean, it kind of is, because Hooford up to your 3 strikers. You've got 3 attacking players there. Bypass the midfield a little bit, who they're obviously playing quite narrowly, so not an awful lot of space. So I feel like it might, on paper it might sound okay, but a 4-3-3 playing like that, I'm not quite sure that is. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section. We've also got a control possession 5 at the back sort of system where we just try and hold possession, build it forward, and that works. I'm sure it will work quite nicely when and if we have to use it. But Jezovic right now putting it just over the bar after we start this game against Schalke pretty brightly. Zoltan Horvath has been getting a fair bit of game time actually on both wings. He's not really started up front at all, but he has been playing on either wing as and when he is needed, particularly when Abdiemi has been injured over the past few games or so, and has done well. He's got 3 goals himself, but no one looking massively prolific so far. But I guess that is, you'd expect that from youngsters. They're not going to be scoring goals. Well, I say that. Thaddeus Ighalo scored 40 goals for us last season. He was, 12 years old? Something like that. So, obviously not 12. I think he's like 18 or 19 or something like that. But obviously very young, scored over 40 goals last season for us. So, they can do it. But obviously this is the bigger level than, of course, the Serbian Super League. First half, though, was really boring. And as the second half is underway, not an awful lot happening right now either. We need to get a few highlights in our favour. Troy Parrott playing for Schalke. That's an interesting transfer there. But obviously, Troy Parrott is a very good player in game. And Andre Luis makes a really, really good save. That was a very powerful shot as he looks to make... I think he tipped that onto his own post there, which made it stay out of the back of a net. Really good goalkeeping there from Andre Luis. You always get some really good Brazilian region goalkeepers coming through. We've had a few of them in our past few saves. And another great save there from Andre Luis. The thing is, like, we look at the goalkeepers that we had before we brought in Andre Luis, we'd have conceded goals here easily. Andre Luis has saved us multiple times. But it's these sort of situations where this formation was struggling to break down the quite compact Schalke defence, I must say, as Olmo with a free kick, another ball going just over the bar there. And it's these sort of situations where I'm thinking, maybe having the 3 strikers up there to combat, like, ignore the wings. We don't go on the wings. We nullify some of their players. They have to play quite narrowly then. So obviously there might be more of a challenge, but I think it's worth having a go. So Thaddeus Ighalo will come on, swap these 2 over, and Ighalo through the middle. Should we have them more as pressing forwards maybe? Or Zoltan likes... Yeah, let's do that actually. Let's swap these over. Pressing forward on attack. Pressing forward on attack. Let's try that as well a little bit. Swap these chaps over like that. Dorbel apparently not playing brilliantly either on a 6.5, so actually we'll bring Tyler Adams on for him in that box-to-box midfielder role. So let's confirm that. And hope this might make a little change that we need towards the end of the game. Just a bit more firepower. A bit more what? A bit more fire. What am I trying to say? A bit more firepower. I don't know why that was so difficult for me to say, but a bit more firepower through the middle, a bit more narrower, potentially having a bit more of a chance to score a goal or 2 in the final 20 minutes. Oh, their man just got sent off. I just saw that happen. They've got a man sent off. So automatically we have to go a bit more attacking with this, don't we? Attacking. Why can't we say get creative? I didn't click get creative, but it's popped up there, which is, we'll take it because that's what we wanted, but it's not a... that was a bit bizarre. Right, route 1 isn't working. Let's really push with a gegenpress like this. Let's try that. One more change to make. Who's not playing well? Unfortunately, it's Rogler, who we gave the start to today. So we're going to put Adeyemi on up front for him instead. See if he can make the change in the final few moments. I thought it was a highlight for us then. Maybe not. What's turned out to be a really boring game there, as we've drawn 0-0 with Schalke. I think we really should have made better use of Schalke going down to 10 men for the final 20 minutes. A 0-0 draw is not terrible, considering that Schalke, I think, are favourites for third this season. They are favourites for third this season. So, okay, we'll take that. It's a decent result, that, but I think we should have won that. Murovski apparently needs a rest after that game. Okay, can we do development? Send on holiday. How long for? How do we... Oh, this is a new screen. I've never seen this before. There we go. Send on holiday. 1 week. All right, off you go, lad. You'll be back in time for the next game, so it's fine. Do you reckon that actually happens in real life? Players are just like, I need a holiday this week, lads. And they just say, yeah, fine. Off on holiday you go for a week. Come back for the next game. Do you think that happens? I am quite concerned, though, if he needs a holiday 8 days into the season. Like, is he going to need holidays every, 2 months or something like that to just be fit enough to play? Obviously, though, a big game coming up against Cologne at home. It's a game that we need to be winning. You know, as we said at the start of the episode, if we want to be in the top 4, top 6 this season, we need to be beating teams like Cologne, who are also challenging for that sort of, top 6 European place position. So we have to be winning the game, and convincingly too, I must say. Whoa, this is big. Big from Andrei Shitijel, though, in the recent press conference. Who's going to win the Bundesliga title? He comes out and says RB Leipzig. He's backing us to the hilt, and that is why we absolutely adore Andrei Shitijel. It won't happen. There's no way we're going to be catching up with Bayern Munich and Dortmund, who must have lost the game there, as you can see. And Frankfurt and Bayer Leverkusen all of a sudden are getting a little bit ahead of us as well. So we need to start winning some games to catch up with these guys too, but I can't see it being any other team than Bayern Munich, I don't think. And judging by the recent history, I can't see any other team than Bayern Munich win the league title either, unfortunately. So for striker, I think we need to put Thaddeus Ighalo back onto the pitch as well. Let's start Adeyemi on the wing. He has played quite well on the wings when he has been playing. Harish Buncevic is still injured as well, so again we won't start him. We'll leave Spritter on the pitch instead. The thing is, well, with this RB Leipzig team, these players can't play in the under-19 fixtures because they're not under-19, so they're not getting any sort of game time at all, like with a reserve team or something like that, because we don't have a reserve team, which is annoying. So a lot of these players are not match fit, which is quite frustrating. Right, kickoff is upon us here today once again. We need to get a good victory. We're in the white kit today as the ball in the middle. Thaddeus Ighalo can't get there. Doorball's there. Murovski is there as well, back from his holiday. Hopefully somewhere quite nice where he's been able to relax and have a lovely time and be match fitted again, apparently. As Spritter, can he get a ball across the area? He can't. Dani Olmo to Jezovic, and he scores his 4th of the season. The leading goal scorer at the club currently, Jezovic, has done really, really well cutting in off that left-hand side, despite being a winger, not an inside forward, so doesn't quite make as much sense there. But really good performance from him so far. Our number 7 doing us proud as Jezovic scores another really good goal there. Throw in as well for us 8 minutes into the game, so having a really dominant showing so far as we lose possession, and it's Cologne coming forward on the ball, unchallenged pretty much, and the shot, luckily for us, is wide, but that was far too easy for them to get through and just cut through our defence. Corner for us as Dani Olmo puts his one into the middle. Thaddeus Ighalo can't get there, but Murovski has come back from his holiday refreshed. He's played against the local boys on the beach playing football somewhere, and that's what he needed. He needed that sort of raw game. What we're trying to... He had to play beach football to get back to that. That's what he's done, and he's scoring goals for us. Great starts. And another corner for us. We are dangerous off these corners today, clear, but the second balls we're doing really well as Olmo gets it back in the middle. Thaddeus Ighalo is finally there, scoring his 4th of the season. You love to see it. Hopefully him and Jezovic have a bit of a battle this season to see who can get to 30 goals, but I doubt that'll happen. Maybe 20, maybe 15 or so. If they can both get 15 or 20 goals this season, we will be there or thereabouts come the end of the season, I would say. As Olmo, really good ball. Thaddeus unmarked, good header, goal. More of the same then, please, boys. More of the same. We are 3-0 up inside of 25 minutes. It's now 40 minutes on the clock, so very close to half time. But a really good performance and clinical as well compared to the last game. Come on then, up the Leipzig. That's what we want to see this season. Really good performances from us that are going to lift us up the table. After this performance, we'll have played 9 games. Dortmund only played 8 games. That's why they've dropped down a little bit. If they win their game, then we're back up there. But as long as we can keep in touching distance with those teams ahead of us in the table, as Morawski just puts that wide of the post. A couple changes may be needed right now. Who's looking tired and not playing well? Well, one of those players is Dorbel. He can come off for Katsikas, who is like a decent player, I suppose. A little bit unlucky not to start, actually, this season. Morawski's just a bit better than him, and of course, Dorbel is that wonder kid, so we need Dorbel to play. But this guy should be getting a bit more game time, really, so hopefully we'll see something good from him off the bench. Spreeter at left back, not having the best of games, so let's give this Bindi guy, which maybe it's just Bind, I don't know. He's not brilliant, but hopefully he'll be all right, get the job done, maybe play a little bit better. But obviously 3-0 up right now. Could be 4-0 up right now as Jezovic is in. Olmo into Adeyemi. Oh, we've not made the most of this attack whatsoever, and almost shot saved by the keeper. Should have done a whole lot more with that opportunity. Katsikas on the ball then into Ferraro. He's on a yellow card. I think that's going to mean he's suspended for the next game. He's picked up quite a few yellow cards, and I'm pretty sure he was on a yellow card warning, so we'll miss the next game, which is obviously rather annoying as Adeyemi can't quite get on the end of the ball, but Jezovic, it somehow bounces around the area, and Jez is up to 5 for the season now. You love to see it. So what happens here? Jez wins the header, goes to that Bindi guy, who puts it across to Adeyemi. It's headed by the defender. Oh, and the clearance just hits Thaddeus Igalo, who doesn't get the assist, unfortunately, but Jezovic does claim the goal. 4-0, huge performance. This is the best result we've had since you guys were last here. So maybe if we just record every single game, we'll win every game 4-0. And also maybe draw some 0-0, because we did do that today as well, didn't we, when you guys were here. Into the final 5 minutes of the game, though. I can't see Cologne scoring 5 goals, luckily for us. So a big 4-0 victory here. What a result. We really, really needed that, actually, I've got to say. We had a very poor September, but so far, a really, really good October. In fact, October's nearly finished now, and we've had a really good October. No losses so far. Only 1 game left in October against Dynamo Dresden in the Cup second round, so that's pretty routine, hopefully. Next time around, I think Bayern Munich might be a little bit too soon, so next time around we're going to come back for the Borussia Dortmund and the Bayer Leverkusen game. Both teams in the top 4, and if we want to get in top 4 football, these are teams that we have to be taking football to and having a good game against them and trying to get some points off them. So that's going to be a huge episode for next time. So if you've enjoyed today's episode, please do drop a like on the video for me, and of course subscribe to the channel if you're new around here, and I will be seeing you next time for some more Football Manager. Have a good one. Goodbye.